Welcome to another battle commentary, this time on Galician rear. It's a really cool map with many small hills and forests, but unfortunately it became common in the multiplayer scene of experienced players to only play for this hill of position 1. So this is where everyone goes, even in 3v3, so even the player from position 3 back here will in a 3v3 runs his army to this area to fight on this hill. The map once again is attacker sided in this area, so the team 1 player has an advantage due to the forest terrain in here. There is a ridge more or less in the middle of the forest. So yeah, the defender side has always problems, especially in 3v3, because the red line is like here in a 3v3. There's a bit more space in a 2v2. On the other hand, the team 2 player in this area has an advantage because the cavalry is faster on the hill, and also the infantry is faster on the hill, since there are no forests on this path to the hill, and also the team 1 player is faster with his cavalry than the team 2 player. Over here you can see there are a lot of forests and only this small path without forests. So this is why the position 2 is a bit more in favor of the defender side, but it does not balance the position 1 disadvantage. So, as players, we have Flavius from Unity Clan as Portugal on position 1. This is Talcore from TSR Clan as Russia, once again against Athos as France and me with Prussia. So Russia has mounted rifles as expected, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and musketeers and some militia. That's not that expected. And 1 Jäger regiment, the 17th. This is quite a good unit. Portugal has, I think, 2 cavalry, a lot of line infantry, and 5 cazadores. These are the best light infantry units of the game. They have better statistics even than the Prussian Fusiliers, and are also good in melee. So yeah, they have a very good moral. Athos plays my French build I showed you in the last video. He changed the 6th Regiment d'Infanterie Légère against 1 cavalry, so in total he has 6, 2 lances, 4 chasseurs cheval, 9 infantry with 2 old guards, the 18th regiment, 3 Swiss and 3 Polish, and 3 voltigeurs, and I played a standard Prussian build with 2 foot guards, 1 militia, 4 cavalry with the Tovachis and Brandenburg Uhlans, where they are, there they are, and 5 Fusiliers. So, let's go. I sent 3 musketeers here to secure this area for Athos, but Flavius, yeah, he has 2 cavalry, of course does not go with the Portuguese cavalry, doesn't challenge my lances. This would be a very bad idea. This is well, it's a mix between light cav and heavy cav. it's pretty bad, but yeah, it does its job for Portugal to assist the line infantry. We see the mounted rifles upcoming. The lances are here already, but no shooter cuff. I have to retreat my lances. There is a ridge in this area from defender side, which is very useful. Nice micro by Athos. He went down here behind the ridge. He only lost 2. Talcore shot the ridge mainly, but the second shot took out 5 of the lances. He retreated his shooter cuff because the chasseurs cheval were approaching and my musketeers. Over here I move up my 2 fusiliers. There is a building here which is always in the way. This is pretty bad for this side. And Athos charges his lances in here and brings chaos, as you can see, to the mounted rifles. They shot the chasseur cheval, but they did not hit that many. Just 10 for 3 units. That was not that much. He is deep in our ranks, and the Portuguese lines and the mounted rifles shoot my squares, so that's very bad for me. He doesn't want to let me escape, but I try to. Over here we have the cazadores standing on the ridge, as I told you. I did not move up very far because this is a even worse position over here. So I'm slightly covered in this area. That's why I'm standing here with all 5 of my lights. So I try to send my lances to assist Athos and form squares with my musketeers against the mounted rifles. Talcore did a very good job in holding Athos in position here while he sent his units up here. So he is in position and Athos is not yet because of the sacrifice of the Russian cavalry. I'm behind the ridge. This is what I meant. This is very useful. The shooter cuff are shooting the ridge so far. And we see that the light fight is pretty even at the moment. Another cavalry attack on the Swiss foot. The more elite units are held in reserve so far. I tried to do something on the left side, but he sent only 1 infantry here to guard this flank, and tried to retreat his cazadores, but my musketeers got a pretty good volley off since they have a good line of sight here, and I'm targeting all with all my units on this side. So Russian lifeguard and musketeers are approaching in the middle. The Polish are trying to hold this forest against the lifeguards and the militia. The Russian militia has a bit better morale and quite good melee statistics, but very bad shooting stats, and they are, I think, the most expensive militia in the game. The voltiges are always useful, as on other maps, to deploy stakes. So especially on this map, from defender side, it's very good to place some stakes in this area, so they can't use their cavalry anymore as they want. My first attack with my on the hill here with my lances, the Brandenburg Uhlans namely. I targeted the mounted rifles, and now I target the second mounted rifles and charge through the square, but they did not make that much casualties, but the one mounted rifles are out of the game. And I targeted the second line over here. I see the general staff of Russia coming, so I run on the general staff over here, but I did not kill him. So I turn around again and target the lines again in the back, but now they are out of the game, but they did quite some damage. I stopped firing with my units over here and only fire with my units here. I don't hit that much since he retreated from this area and only has units back here, and I don't have a good line of sight. But I went forward a bit and will start shooting again. So some Swiss foots are already out of the game. I get some stakes from Athos and some of them already killed some mounted rifles. Squares again from our side, and I target the retreating mounted rifles. The backlines of Portugal are also a threat to cavalry we send up the hill. So nice micro here, but he has a lot of lines and basically nothing to do. This is just the thing on position 1 attacker side. You just stand and shoot and don't have to micro that much. So lances are still in the ranks of the Portuguese. He double lines now and sends his Portuguese cavalry in. I see this and retreat my Prussian Fusiliers. I have also my backline here ready to shoot. I hope I will. Yeah, I form the square. And the stakes also protect me from enemy cavalry, but he went sideways, so they did not get killed by the stakes, so well done. Okay, I tried to reform the line, but Athos, he managed to plant some more stakes in this area, but is under heavy attack by Talcore. He keeps charging his units. Now with his lifeguard. The Portuguese double lined with the musketeers over here. They have a very good position, but Talcore went down now into the ranks of the Voltigeurs and will charge the Swiss foot afterwards, I guess. The Old Guard is also under heavy attack. The Chasseurs will try to fight back the double lines, but we are in deep trouble in the middle. Yeah, the musketeers went down here. I saw that Talcore is busy charging everywhere and targeted the upcoming musketeers, and he did not form the square. But so I charged through the square of the Portuguese and tried to target the rear of Talcore's units. Nothing much over here so far. I just try to hold and survive in this area with as many troops as possible. And I try to go behind this ridge so my small units here don't get destroyed within the next seconds. My Tuvachis try to aim at the general staff of Talcore once again, but they were too spread out and did not attack with their full force of 16 or something I had before. So he survived again, and you see, I target one unit, then the next unit, then the next unit. So I try to bring chaos to Talcore's formation. It more or less worked. I did a lot of damage with the Tuvachis, but now they are out of the game, and the Portuguese units are all up the hill, and now he sees that he has to move closer, and he could move a bit more closer, but he sees the heads now, and the 18th Regiment d'Infanterie de Ligne is here in the middle now, but got charged by 87 musketeers, and there was a mounted rifle unit in the back which killed Athos' general. So that's very bad for us now. I tried to kill the mounted rifles by a lancer charge of my last cavalry, and also shoot the musketeers with my musketeers. The mounted rifles don't want to die, and Athos is more or less out of units. Flavius charged his Cazadores over here. He was out of ammunition, obviously, but he does not support his charging units with all his troops he still has on the side. So this is lucky for me. The next Cazadores are incoming, and my units over here shoot the Cazadores, and he retreats them now for some reason. So Athos saved some Voltiges and one Swissfoot over here, but Talcore has still the 17th Regiment, which were they were in reserve for all this time. I charged my landwehr to stop the Cazadores and to deploy my troops over here. I targeted the line which I have a good line of sight on, and I counterattack on the left with my musketeers and my double line with my guard. So, and I still have my lancers with 41. The next Cazadores are charging over here, and I charge the musketeers into the ranks of the Portuguese infantry. The Portuguese infantry is better in shooting than the Prussian musketeers, but worse in melee a bit, but it does not have much of an effect. So over here we have Talcore pushing Athos units, even with his general, but he has only 2 more musketeers over here, one musketeers and 1 life guard of foot, and Portugal has no units over here to support Talcore against Athos. So I charged my lances into the ranks of the 17th Regiment. Talcore tries to shoot down my lances with his musketeers, and Flavius once again retreated on this on my left. So because he got destroyed by this guard, you see that his unit dropped down to 69 within a few seconds. So I tried to double line over here against this unit, since I have a good line of sight here. And he doubles the lines as well in the middle. My guards in the center hold the ground. My fusiliers are out of ammunition over here. And my lancers are still around with 29, but they did not manage to kill the 17th Regiment. And I get shot by the life guard of foot now. That's very bad now. And he came down here again with his units and double lined, but I was ready with my foot guards again and double lined too. and he suffered some more casualties, and I dropped, I think, 10 more men. He charges his units without ammunition on my musketeer square. The lifeguard of foot is out of ammunition, and I try to save the day with my lances over here and to finally kill the 17th regiment and the lifeguard of foot. They are still not uh, they are not helped by the Portuguese, so this is why this is possible. But yeah, my lances are dropping, and only 15 now in the number. My foot guards are not shooting because I'm waiting for the 69, and over here I have great problems against the double lines in the center, and I see that we are winning finally on the other side, and the musketeers routed with 38. I can't use my cavalry over here because they will come back if I don't follow them. So I retreated all my forces out of the forest, which I lost the position. But I told Athos we have to go up the hill, since there are almost no Portuguese units on this side. We have a chance now to get at least the hill, since we are not in the forest anymore. Problem is that Athos' unit is very tired, but yeah, I my lances followed the musketeers, and the Portuguese general was in danger to get charged by my lancer unit of 11 men, so he retreated it and formed squares with the infantry, and now we can target shoot the infantry, which still has 98 men, and he comes with all his infantry troops from this side, but I'm in position with my foot guard, and I have the other foot guards of 90 men still. So he does not want to accept this fight, since he won this position, and retreats all his forces into the forest. That's bad news for us on the one hand, but on the other we have time now to deploy our troops on the hill and think about a plan how to push into this forest again. So, fast forward. Athos still has some voltiges, as I said, they survived, and the Swiss foot with 59, which is very tired, so we have to rest for a minute. And my troops are also now they are more or less fresh again. So I still have my 11 lancers and my general. Athos lost his general, as I showed you, and yeah, this is a quite a task now to attack this forest with lower numbers. The only advantage we have is that I have my guards, especially this one with 90 men. So he double lined over here, and I developed some sneaky plan, as always, to attack this position. I hope that he does not watch the terrain, and does not know that there is this hill over here. So I'm approaching with my musketeers, and he gave an attack order, and they did not shoot, so he knows that there is a hill, so this did not go as I wanted. But I'm in position now, and he opens fire. He kills some of my musketeers and retreats now. And my guards are in the forest. There's another double line over here against the voltigeurs. And I have my guard double line in here to kill the Portuguese double line. But he has another unit of 69 men. And they move down here to kill my outnumbered 43. So I sent my small cavalry force over here. And now finally he did what I wanted. He shoots the hill with his full line. So there's no guy apart from these 4 who still have loaded rifles. There was a target order on the other side, and the voltigeurs retreated, and he saw that he is shooting the hill, so he went up here, but still did not reload, and my musketeers charge now. Unfortunately, they did not charge directly. He formed a square, so nice, well done by him, because otherwise I could have charged his back and probably broke his morale. Now I can only charge the side of the Portuguese infantry over here. That's not that effective. I tried to charge the Portuguese general, but they got morale again because of the charge. My guard of 32 is out of ammunition, and I assist my musketeers in melee against the Portuguese line, which dropped down to 36. I charge the Portuguese general again, and he charges me, so risky move by him of charging lances directly with the general staff. And I try to finish off the 27 line and charge the 31 with my general. And I go out again because I don't want my general to be in a longer melee fight. My 2 guards are still in melee. They got charged by the general staff, so this is the end for one of them, but the other one is still around with 33. And Athos still fights a desperate battle with his small force against higher numbers, even without ammunition. But he charged his Swiss foot in a good charge, and the 59 and 35 Portuguese lines are still busy fighting my musketeers without ammunition. I managed to kill the Portuguese line, but yeah, the guard is very important for the melee combat now, but yeah, I'm trying to hold off the Portuguese general. The Swiss foot come into melee. He does not follow my general anymore, since it would be the end of the game when his general dies. The voltigeurs have still ammunition, and target the Portuguese general now. my guard, unfortunately, is out of the game, and the French Swiss foot is the only line infantry in here still holding. And I charged my general, but he gave an attack order on my general, and he routed. So well done by Flavius. The only problem was that he got charged in the back again by the Swiss foot, but since we don't have a general anymore, they have very bad morale. But they are still fighting the back of the Portuguese. The one Voltige unit is out of ammunition now, but the other finally killed the Portuguese general. So the last units remaining are the wavering Portuguese line of 28 men and the Voltiges of Athos, both fresh, and only this one still has ammunition, and we finally won the game with 2 small Voltige units remaining. So this was very exhausting and very exciting in my opinion. Well done to Flavius and Talcore. Talcore constantly attacked with his Russian force against Athos, who tried to scramble into position, but yeah, he had great problems against a huge mounted rifle force, and also the Portuguese lines standing on the side. I tried to assist him with my lines and my cavalry, but Flavius had more, or had at least his infantry had better positions here than my infantry to support his teammate, and I lost my position, and we only managed to, yeah, finally take this forest again with, yeah, quite a bit of luck. Let's call it by the name. So, yeah, this was the game. We saw my foot guards did not brilliant but fine, and the musketeers are on the top. Tovacis killed 82, so quite a lot. The first cavalry killed 51, and I think these lances were the last ones I used in the end against the 17th Regiment. All of them got an upgrade, so it wasn't that bad, but also not that good. Yeah, and the Prussian Fusiliers did not that many kills because of the terrain and their Cazadores and the Cazadores as opponents. That's pretty tough. So, yeah, I guess see you in the next video. Bye.